Well, the oldest person I know is Taima. She's 92 years old.
My grandpa,
How old's Grandpa?
83.
The oldest person I know is our Akong. Oh yeah. He's green hair and no hair.
In 1 century, we added more years to life expectancy than all years added across all prior millennia of human evolution combined.
You live 100 years old, you probably live in cobwebs and dust already.
And then my friend will die before me.
100 sounds very old.
The 100-year life is here, and we're not ready.
I'm ready for 100 years.
Living up to 100 will be nothing, peanuts in the long run, I think. Everybody will live, especially in Singapore.
I think society can adapt to these changes. I mean, life expectancy is already in the high 80s in Singapore. Getting to 100 is not that much of a change when you think about it.
Come, chickies. I think health is important.
If I want to live to 100, then health is very important. If you live so long, there may be quite a lot of pain in our lives.
Yeah, and you might feel the sadness if some of your friends die.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, it'd be great if we could live longer, but at what cost would it be at?
Going to the hospital, getting injections, getting Botox.
Would we need to go through pain to live a longer time?
I don't want to live to 100.
People don't understand what living to 100 means. They imagine that they're going to be like their relatives. When they get to 70 or 80, they start to have multiple conditions and they're having trouble getting out of bed, they're in pain a lot. That world is changing. If you live to 100, you're going to be healthy a lot longer as well. So maybe you're still very healthy at 85. Maybe you're still playing tennis.
100 years, wow. It's very positive news. 100 years is like I have 30 more years. It's almost 50% more lifespan. You have a longer runway to make informed choices of how you want to plan out your career, how you want to do your life, basically.
Living up to 100 is a gift of God. I believe that. Because if you really can live up to that healthily, then go ahead. But if you're going to be a vegetable and live up to 100, what's the point?
There's two things to consider. There's lifespan and healthspan. And the key feature that we want to modify is healthspan. Healthspan, or healthy life expectancy, is not going up as fast as life expectancy. And so while we're keeping people alive longer, they're also in a period of declining health longer.
I found this in my dad's computer. The gift of health is keeping me alive.
Medical science will definitely help me live longer.
Some of the best news about living longer lives in the 21st century is that the potentials of science and technology are breathtaking. Scientists are discovering ways to possibly slow the biological processes of aging that put us at risk for disease.
It's possible to take supplements, it's possible to take drugs that will extend lifespan dramatically. What we're trying right now is to do human clinical studies to validate that we can alter the rate of aging in human populations and take that to the community in Singapore. The goal is to extend the health span of Singaporeans by 3 to 5 years in the near future. We think that's really achievable.
你要有健康，你要懂得保养。
For a 100-year-old person, I think something that they will find very hard to do is something very vigorous like skydiving.
那个时候90岁，在悉尼 佛像一样。我看是挑战的，因为我后来继续的再跳多3次。
People assume that all these additional years we've added are years of infirmity, when in fact what we're seeing all around us is people rethinking what longer lives mean, what their role in life could be, and how they can bring their experience to bear in ways that are not just personally meaningful, but contribute to a more vibrant society.
So Mama Rosie, can you tell us, what does it bring to mind?
Every night, there will be many stores selling different types of food. Mama will go and buy supper to bring to work.
Reminiscence actually activate the older person's blood circulation in the brain cells by 80 times when they are recalling back their past memory.
The road, the Killing Road, no?
I'm Eunice. I'm 49 this year, a full-time mom, and I'm also studying part-time, pursuing my master's in gerontology.
Who drinks bubble tea here? Raise up your hand. One.
When I first started my course, my professor shared with me the development of an intergenerational reminiscence game and to come on board and co-lead it.
This is a Milo band that will come to my school every sports day.
Younger people tend not to communicate well with their grandparents. That needs to be improved. They need to also be that support, that pillar of support for older adults. Wisdom can be imparted both ways.
Many times when I'm with my grandmother, she would ask me for advice on like how to use social media or how to use the phone. It's a two-sided thing.
My grandchildren are very important. So I make them bring their friends home and I chat with them. And they all call me grandma and they teach me a lot. That's why I mix with them. Without them, the older generation cannot be forward, you know. But if you mix with the younger generation, you become young.
It's really good to mix the generations together. There's lots of data that suggests that when people are older, if they have access to young people in their lives, it keeps them thinking younger. That's really important. We don't want to isolate all the old people in one place. That's not a recipe for healthy aging.
Total of 4 generations live under the same roof. I live with 3 of my grandparents. We meet during breakfast. My mother's side grandma cooks for like the 4 of us. Usually I see them eating 1 whole box of pills. So for me, I can't even like swallow one. I think it'll be difficult for me when I get to that age. They're 80 years old and taking care of their great-grandchildren. I think that's like something to be very proud of. I see turning 100 as a gift, mainly because I just get more time to be with like my whole family and more time as well to also play online games.
Generativity, this idea of you're contributing to a world you won't even live in or see, is one of the cornerstones of emotional well-being in later life.
人的欲望是没有停止的，是在你内心，你能够感觉到足够了，就快乐。
There's a natural collaboration between the generations. The drive towards creating a better future that older people possess is a particularly good match with the natural self-interests of young people.
Barely see him when we grow up. Not seeing our dad growing up, yeah, that's true. He leaves home when we sleep. He comes back home when we sleep. To catch a glimpse of him is to come down to the stall. I would want to give back to my father for how he has brought me and my brother up. And that's where, instead of him carrying the burden, why not split into 2? We are hawkers from Yunus and family. My dad is the 2nd generation, and the 2 of us, we are the 3rd generation of the family line. Working together, the oneness is there naturally, I feel. It's a blessing in disguise. This opportunity to see the parents every single day in their life. It's just like a
exercise regime for me, rather than I sit at home because I don't have cancer. So I make myself busy. As Akib told just now, I'm blessed that I can see my son every day. Whenever the stall operates, they will turn up.
Being sick and being positive at the same time, I salute him.
Retirement is not in my mind.
So we have to figure out a way to alternate work and retirement, or better integrate work with leisure and retirement with work. So working for a while, taking a break, going back to retrain in something else, or just taking time off to take care of little kids for a while. We have that opportunity to have that kind of flexibility.
On the women's tour, you see players having a family, coming back on tour, winning titles, still playing at a very high level. From an athlete's perspective, with the level of sports science we have today, we can push athletes easily into their 40s. And that's a reality that many of us in Singapore have yet to reckon with.
I think we need a new map of life to accompany the new length of life.
I think a map is good because it gives directions, but it also influences expectations. By this stage, I should be doing this. By the next stage, I should be doing that. It then again puts us in boxes.
I look at my strategy as I'm getting older, and I don't want any maps. I don't really want to know what I'm doing a year from now. I like that unknown. I like that opportunity.
We need more open dialogue about how diverse our aspirations for a 100-year life can be.
If I said to you, we've developed this new drug, it's incredible. It makes you live at least, on average 2 years longer. It makes you feel happier. It's like, oh, give me that drug. We have it, it's called social connection.
Exercise, food, and friendship. From friendship, you learn a lot, and they keep talking and talking, and I keep talking and talking. So the interaction makes me very vibrant.
Argument. They love to argue, and it's so noisy. And then after argue, they go for makan. Yeah. And we share with each other our problems. That is the most important.
朋友，重要。你谈起你的经验，我谈起我的经验，也许不同的经验，对大家都有用处，是不是？
Spicy, but you need a bit of
The magic ingredient, actually, for good social contact is not to push people together, but if you create spaces and places where it's easy to drop in, it might seem like a small thing, but it's like the first domino that goes down that starts to build social connections, which then deepen and grow over time.
It will be a dream if every estate has got a public living room. You have a space that you intentionally design to bring everybody in this community together. People are free to do what they want in this space. They can engage in solitary reading, make a cup of coffee, strike up spontaneous conversations, or have organized and structured activities. It's for the community. It is for anyone, for a 5-year-old, for families, for 60-year-olds to come down and just build familiarity with your community. I think we all need familiarity before we can start talking about building connections.
Having more time is good. We have more time to pursue our goals, to spend time with our loved ones, to chase our dreams. And we need to start to look at that as the opportunity.
我预备100岁的时候，给人看新加坡也有老人跳伞，100岁生日去跳伞。
I was working in payments technology for 20 over years. I hope to pursue a career in gerontology eventually as a mid-career switch, do something meaningful in my life.
As a tennis player, you run up a lot of obstacles and bias with old mindsets about age, because I started at 19 and was constantly told, I'm over the hill, I'm done. I've always been very much made aware of longevity, and I've always made it a very conscious decision to take very good care of my body, to learn to love myself in deeper levels, and I think all of us can do that and give yourself the space to grow. And again, with a longer lifespan, you have more breathing room to be the person and grow into the person that you want to be.
I'm guessing 2,100,000. I'm guessing 46. You can't tell the difference between me and her. We both have 5 finger foreheads.